Hey, what's up, guys? It's Christian here, back with another video. So before I start here, let me first apologize for it taking so long for me to get these bowl picks out to you guys. Also want to apologize for any background noise you might hear. It shouldn't be too bad, but you never know. With the fact that I am outside and this is a condo complex, so you never know. But I don't know. I'm at my grandmother's right now for Christmas, obviously, but that's why it's taken me a while to get these picks out. Just had a lot of stuff going on over the holidays, so hope you guys had a good Christmas and good holidays. I guess it's not the New Year yet, but Happy New Year. We got a couple more days left in this awful, stupid year that's 2020. But hey, you know what? We'll get through it. Hopefully 2021's a lot better, but. So far, first thing I'll start with, I'll let you guys know how I did on my overall picks for the 2020 college football season. So overall in the year, I ended up going 173 and 77. So not a bad year at all. I'm sorry I kind of stopped doing my weekly picks, but I just had I've just had a ton of stuff going on. I've been working on the podcast with Zephian. If you guys aren't following that, go follow it. You can find it on Spotify or wherever you guys get your podcasts. Just go to the 615 and go follow it. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and then I won't be doing my Week 17 NFL picks, but as soon as the playoff brackets come out, I'll fill my brackets out for that, and then give you guys my playoff predictions. I might have Cowboy come along for that one, but. All right, here are my 2020 to 2021 college football bowl picks. So the first thing I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of the games that have already been played, and then for the games that haven't been played yet, I'll give more of an in-depth answer of why I picked that team. So first, Myrtle Beach Bowl, Appalachian State in North Texas. I went with Appalachian State, got that one right. Famous Idaho Potato Bowl, Tulane in Nevada. I went with Tulane, got that one wrong. Nevada got it done. Roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl, UCF, and number 16 BYU. I was actually pretty excited for this game. Didn't quite live up to the hype because BYU kind of dominated, but good season for them. I picked BYU, so good season for them. The R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, Louisiana Tech versus Georgia Southern. I went with Georgia Southern, got that one right. The Montgomery Bowl between Memphis and FAU. I went with Memphis, got that one right. The New Mexico Bowl between Hawaii and Houston. I went with Houston. That was unfortunately wrong. Hawaii got it done, though. Credit to them. The Camellia Bowl between Marshall and Buffalo. I went with Buffalo. Got that one right. The Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl between South Carolina and UAB was canceled due to COVID-19 stuff with South Carolina's program. So I did go with UAB there if it would have been played, but that's too bad for UAB. I wish they would have gotten a chance to play in a bowl game, but anyway, moving on, the ServPro First Responder Bowl, number 19 Louisiana and UTSA. I went with Louisiana, and they won and finished out their great year with a bowl win, so that was good for them. The Lending Tree Bowl between Western Kentucky and Georgia State. I went with Georgia State there. They ended up getting it done, so another good win for Georgia State there. Tennessee fans know all about good wins for Georgia State. Moving on. The FBC Mortgage Cure Bowl between Liberty and number 12 Coastal Carolina. That was probably the best game of the bowl season so far. I'm gonna be honest. I'd be fine with having Jamie Chadwell or Hugh Freeze for sure. I'm in love with both of those two coaches, but Liberty got it done, so credit to them. I got that one wrong, but so far in the bowl season, I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm 7-3 on the bowl season so far. So. Not too bad. Could be worse. So, for especially these games where I don't watch a lot of these teams a lot, so I'll take it. All right. So first up today at 4:30 on ESPN, we've got the Cheez-It Bowl between number 21 Oklahoma State and number 18 Miami. I went with Oklahoma State here. I just think, I think these teams are pretty even, but I just still got that Miami game where they got blown out at home by North Carolina in my mind. It just doesn't sit well with me, so I'm going with Oklahoma State there. Tonight at 8 p.m. on ESPN, the Valero Alamo Bowl between number 20 Texas and Colorado. I'm going with Texas there. Colorado had a pretty good year in the Pac-12 going. I think they went 5-0. I'm not 100% sure. No, they went 4-1, I think, but still had a pretty decent year. But I like Sam Ellinger in what should be probably his final game, unless he decides to come back for his COVID year. But either way, I like Texas there to get it done. The Duke's Mayo Bowl tomorrow at 11 a.m. on ESPN between Wake Forest and Wisconsin. I like Wisconsin to get it done there. I haven't really watched either of these teams a lot this year. I know Wisconsin kind of had a disappointing year. They probably feel like they could have done a lot more than they did this year. But I'm still going to go with Wisconsin there to get it done over Wake Forest. I do think they're better than them. The TransPerfect Music City Bowl between Iowa and Missouri was canceled, unfortunately, so no bowl game for my hometown of not technically my hometown, but pretty close to my hometown of Nashville. So unfortunate, but oh well. The Goodyear Cotton Bowl tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on ESPN between number 7 Florida. Oh, by the way, these times are in Central. I forgot to say that. Between number 7 Florida and number 6 Oklahoma. I went with Oklahoma here, and this was actually even before Florida's. I think Kyle Pitts is out, Kadarius Toney's out. Marco Wilson's out. I'm probably missing some even out of that, but I actually went with Oklahoma here before I even knew about all these injuries. I just think Oklahoma's a little bit better of a team. I think they're playing a little bit better right now. Florida did compete very well with Alabama in the SEC championship game, but now, especially with all their injuries, I just like Oklahoma to get it done there. The Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl, December 31st at 11 a.m. on ESPN. We've got number 24 Tulsa at Mississippi State. I've got Tulsa here. I actually think Tulsa pulls off the kind of a minor upset, but not really because they are ranked. I thought they gave Cincinnati a good run for their money in the American Championship game. So that was my main reason for picking Tulsa there to beat Mississippi State. The Arizona Bowl, December 31st at 1 p.m. on CBS. We've got the MAC champion, Ball State, against the Mountain West champion, number 22, San Jose State. I'm going to go with San Jose State here. Like I said, it's a battle of conference champions, but I think San Jose State's just a little bit better and they get it done here. The AutoZone Liberty Bowl, December 31st at 3 p.m. on ESPN. This is a game that was supposed to be West Virginia against Tennessee. Tennessee had their COVID issues, so they put Army in our place, who, to be honest, deserved it a lot more than we did. So good to see that Army got a bowl and we didn't. And I'm going to go with Army here. I think Army takes advantage of this opportunity of playing in a bowl game. They actually want to be here in a bowl game. It's pretty obvious after this, a lot of these players won't be playing football anymore for Army. They're going to be going into service, and God bless them for that. But I think Army has a lot more motivation in this game. Not that West Virginia doesn't, but I just think Army has a lot more to play for, especially after not thinking they weren't going to get to play in a bowl now. I think Army gets it done here. The Macari, I think is how you say this brand, Texas Bowl, December 31st at 7 p.m. on ESPN between Arkansas and TCU. I actually am looking forward to this game a lot. I mean, you guys might remember the last time these two teams played. It was a very good game. Went into overtime with Arkansas winning at TCU, who was number 15 in the nation at the time, if I remember correctly. But that was just a really good game. So I'm excited for this one. I am going to go with TCU here in a close one. I think Arkansas, no matter what happened in this game, though, they make it to a bowl game. This is just a good year for Arkansas either way. The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, January 1st at 11 a.m. on ESPN between number 9 Georgia and number 8 Cincinnati. I'm going to go with the Bulldogs to get it done here. I do not expect them to come out flat at all. They didn't really have a chance to make the playoff. And not only that, Cincinnati's going to bring their A game, and I don't think Georgia wants to get embarrassed by a Group of 5 team. Cincinnati's going to be very motivated considering how low they got ranked. I like Cincinnati. I like Georgia to get it done here. I don't think they're going to take Cincinnati lightly at all. The VRBO Citrus Bowl, January 1st at 12 p.m. on ABC between Auburn and number 14 Northwestern. I went with Northwestern here, to be honest, mainly for the simple fact that Auburn doesn't have a coach. Well, they do, but he won't be coaching in this game. Still be the interim coach. I think Kevin Steele's their interim coach, but I'm not 100% sure. But either way, this will be Auburn's last game before. To be honest, I do not remember the dude's name from Boise, but until he comes in and tries to turn it around there for Auburn. So I like Northwestern there to get it done and put a nice exclamation point on their great season. The TaxSlayer Gator Bowl, January 2nd at 11 a.m. on ESPN between number 23 NC State and Kentucky. I like NC State to get it done here. I've seen people go back and forth on this game a lot, but I think NC State's a little bit better than Kentucky. Kentucky's had moments this year. They've had moments where they've looked like a really, really solid football team, and moments where they looked like I don't know what was wrong with them. So Kentucky's inconsistency is what did it for me here, so that's why I'm going with NC State to beat Kentucky. The Outback Bowl, January 2nd at 11:30 a.m. on ABC between Ole Miss and number 11 Indiana. I'm very excited for this game as well. I think this is a game between two programs that are on the rise. Indiana for sure. You know, if Michael Penix Jr. didn't get hurt this year, who knows where they'd be right now. But yeah, I like Ole Miss to get it done though. Just barely, or not Ole Miss. I'm sorry. I like Indiana to get it done though. I do think they squeezed this one out over Ole Miss. I think they're a little bit better than Ole Miss, but don't be surprised if Ole Miss finds a way to win this game because Kiffin will have his boys ready. So I'm very excited for that one, but I'm going to go with Indiana there. The PlayStation Fiesta Bowl, January 2nd at 3 p.m. on ESPN between number 25 Oregon and number 10 Iowa State. I'm going with Iowa State there. These two teams will both definitely be motivated in this game. Iowa State, this is their first New Year's Six Bowl, and Oregon, before they didn't even know they were going to be in the Pac-12 championship game until like a few days before it, and then when they got in there, they ended up winning it. So they weren't really given a conference championship. They were given the opportunity, but they weren't given a conference championship. They won it. But I think both teams will be motivated and very ready to play in this game. But I think Iowa State squeezes one out over Oregon because I think they're a little bit better. Another game I'm very interested in is the Capital One Orange Bowl between January 2nd at 7 p.m. on ESPN between number 5 Texas A&M and number 13 North Carolina. Both of these teams definitely have their own reasons to be motivated. Texas A&M can go out there and see Texas A&M's either going to do one of two things in this game. They're going to go out there and prove why they should have been in the playoff, or they're going to mope around and say, who cares, we don't care about this game, we'd rather be in the playoff, we're not going to even try. So, I think they're going to do the first part, which is be motivated and try to prove why they should have been in the playoff. And I think they beat North Carolina here. I don't know by how much. I do think North Carolina's still a pretty solid team. Mack Brown's got that program on the rise for sure. I think they'll be contenders in the ACC Coastal for a while. But I think I always forget the division of the ACC. You'll have to excuse me for that. But yeah, I think Texas A&M gets it done, but don't be surprised if North Carolina makes this a close game because that offense can always make those games close. And finally, for the playoff picks. So we have, first off, in the Rose Bowl game presented by Capital One, which will be played in Arlington this year due to the fact that Notre Dame and pretty much, let's be honest, every team wanted fans there in attendance for their, the playoff game. Maybe a once-in-a-life opportunity for a lot of these kids to get to play in the playoff, and if their families didn't get to go, it'd just be stupid. So that game is in Arlington, Texas this year, just this year, not in the normal Pasadena, but either way, I think Alabama wins this game big. To be honest, I don't think Notre Dame should even be in this game. I think this should be Alabama versus Texas A&M Part 2, and I think it'd be a lot closer than the first time, but nonetheless, I think Alabama still gets it done and they move on to the championship game pretty easily. And then the All-State Sugar Bowl, January 1st at 7 p.m. on ESPN. We've got number 3 Ohio State and number 2 Clemson. I think Clemson wins this game by about 10 points. I think they're about 10 points better than Ohio State. I personally think Ohio State should have been in, even though they only played 6 games, because let's be honest, it's not their fault that they only got to play 6 games. It's their stupid conference. If their conference would have been on top of things to begin with, they would have gotten to play just as many games as everyone else, and if they were undefeated, they would have still got in. So, but still, I like Clemson there, and I think it's going to be Alabama and Clemson in the championship game again. But I think it's going to be a really good game, as always, and I do think Alabama will probably end up winning. But I'm not going to make my championship pick right now because I see what I do is I circle the games, or I circle the winners here, as you can see, but then I leave the spots here blank for when the two teams that actually win, and then I pick it. But hopefully that made sense. But hope you guys enjoyed my college football bowl picks for this year. Looking forward to the rest of bowl season here, and hopefully Cowboy and I'll have a podcast out for you guys. We'll probably do one after this Missouri-Tennessee basketball game tomorrow night because that's a pretty big one. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.